What's going on, y'all? My name is Spice. This is Spice Camp Fish, and today we're doing the last soft plastic showdown video, or at least the last one of this year. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at just 4 baits, 4 different craws that are on the market, or craw-style lures. We're just going to go over some of the basic information about them, look at their action underwater, and then at the end, I'm going to talk about some of the specifics and what sets one lure apart from another. But before we get into that, I just want to say thanks for watching, and I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button as well as the subscribe button. It helps me grow my channel, it helps more people see these videos, and if you enjoyed, that's a good way of letting me know that you like the videos. But enough of me talking, let's get into the last soft plastic showdown. First up, we have the Yum Christy Craw. This is again that green pumpkin red, watermelon red flake color. These are one of my favorite budget craws.
Second
I guess
up, we
you
have
would say.
the
Strike King
and
Rage Tail Twin Menace.
I would
rub.
probably suggest.
I don't really know.
It's
So
the
for
Menace
the
rub
color selection, I'm going to give this lure a 3 out of 3.
normal size, not the
the
junior,
Christy
not
Craws
big.
come in 20 different
This color
colors, which
is
the
more than
South
enough to get
African
you through.
special. For
It's
the
like a
action, I'm going to give it a
black
2 out of
with,
3. It didn't
red,
blow me away
white,
with the
or
action,
red,
but
silver,
it definitely
and
had
a little bit of
the
purple
subtle
flake
kicking
in it, I
action that I
guess.
was looking for. That's the reason that I actually like this craw so much, is because I've used it so often and I've seen that kicking action. It didn't seem like it was a lot, but it definitely gets bit. It's not overpowering. It's not underwhelming. It's just kind of right in the middle. Decent crawbait, so definitely a 2 out of 3 for the action. For the price, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 3, $2.99. I believe this is the cheapest lure that we look at today, and it's also, again, like I said before, a really great budget option. For the quantity per pack, I'm also going to give this lure a 3 out of 3. They come in 8 per pack, which is, again, a good bang for your buck. You get a lot more baits per pack than you would for your average soft plastic lure. So I'm going to give this a 3 out of 3 for the quantity per pack. And then for the other category, I'm going to give it a 1 for scent because it does have some sort of scent. I don't know what they call it, but that yum scent, whatever, it's definitely on there. So 1 for scent. I'm not going to give it a mark for salt because I don't believe they come with salt in them. And I'm going to give it a 1 for the quality of plastic because I do think that it is made out of quality plastic. So we'll give it a 1 for that. So that's going to bring the other category to a 2 out of 3, and the total score for the Yum Christie Craw is going to be a 13 out of the possible 15 points. Anyway, getting into the rating. For the color of this lure, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 3. They come in 33 different colors, which is way more than you'd ever possibly need, but they definitely have a fantastic color for whatever you're trying to imitate. For the action, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 3. It doesn't have a lot of appendages for there to be a lot of action from, so I wasn't expecting there to be a lot of action, but those 2 twin tails on the back actually did give a good amount of kickoff, so I do think these would be a good jig trailer. I guess maybe a finessey flipping bait if you really had to, but probably just a jig trailer for me. So 2 out of 3 for the action. For the price, I'm going to give this lure a 1 out of 3 because at $5.29 it's one of the more expensive options that we looked at today. And also, if you're on a budget, $5.29 for a pack of plastics is, a little bit much. So I wouldn't suggest that if you're on a budget. For quantity per pack, I'm going to give this lure a 3 out of 3. It comes in 8 per pack, which is, a decent amount per pack. So definitely a good bang for your buck if you're looking for the amount of plastics you get per pack. And then for the other category, I'm going to give it a 1 for scent because they are definitely scented. They have that Strike King Rage Tail coffee scent, whatever it is. So definitely 1 for scent. 1 for salt as well because they're definitely salt impregnated. And then 1 for quality plastic. All the Strike King baits are made out of quality stuff. Their soft plastics are no different. So that's going to bring the other category to a total of 3 out of the possible 3, and the Strike King Rage Tail Menace Scrub is going to have a total of 12 out of the possible 15 points. Alright, third up on our list is the Big Bite Baits 5-inch Battle Bug. This thing is huge. I think it's supposed to be like a cross between a craw and like a brush hog style lure. If I was just trying to fish this as a craw, I'd probably pinch these 2 appendages off, so it's just that craw-style body. But it's a really long bait if you don't do that. Good for flipping. I feel like it would be decent as a jig trailer, I guess, but I don't know. I would probably just fish this on a standalone Texas rig. And this color again that we're looking at today is that black-blue fleck color. So for the color selection of these lures, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 3. They are only offered in 10 colors, which is less than the first 2 that we looked at. But I do think that 10 colors is still more than enough to get you through. They don't have like shad colors per se, but I don't really think you're looking to imitate a shad with a craw-style lure. So, for the general realm of what you would use a craw for, I think they have pretty much all the bases covered. For quantity per pack, I'm going to give this lure a 2 out of 3. It comes in 7 per pack, which is pretty much right around average for the amount of soft plastics that you get per pack. I think usually with a pack of soft plastics, you get between like 6 and 7 soft plastics per pack. So anything more than that, I would usually rate a 3 out of 3. But since it only comes with 7 per pack, I'm just going to give it a 2 out of 3. For the price, I'm also going to give this lure a 2 out of 3. It comes in at $3.99 per pack, which is honestly pretty decent. It's right in the middle price range. $4 is right about what you would get an average pack of soft plastics for, so I'm just going to give that an average rating as well. For the action of this lure, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 3. It didn't surprise me a lot with the amount of action that it had. I figured it was going to pretty much move like a brush hog with a little bit bigger kicker claws. The claws actually didn't move all that much, or as much as I thought they would at least, but they definitely gave a good profile in the water, so I'm just going to give this one an average score for the action. Now onto the other category, I'm going to give it a 1 for scent because it definitely has scent. All the big bite baits come with the bite juice scent, whatever it is, but they're definitely scented. I'm going to give it a 1 for salt because they're definitely salted. and then also one for quality plastic. I think that the Big Bite Bait stuff is made out of some pretty quality plastic, so that's going to bring the other category to a 3 out of 3, and the Big Bite Bait's 5-inch Battle Bug to a total of 12 out of the possible 15 points. And last up is the Guggen Baits Bandito Bug. This color is Blue Baby that we're looking at today. I picked up a ton of these last year, and I only fished them probably once or twice, but I had some pretty decent luck on them. So I wanted to see what they looked like underwater to see, why the fish liked them so much, if it was just the scent, or if it was the action, or a mix of both. So for the color selection, I'm going to give this lure a 3 out of 3. It comes in with 11 colors, which again is more than enough to get you through. I think they actually do have some shad colors. I'm not sure if you can buy those online, but I'm pretty sure they have like white, and I think their natural color as well kind of imitates a shad. So they have stuff to pretty much cover whatever you're trying to imitate. For the action, I'm going to give this lure a 2 out of 3. I expected it to have a lot of action, like a huge kicking action with those claws. The legs on the side, I figured were going to move a ton. When I looked out in the water, the legs moved a little bit, and those claws kind of kicked a little bit, but it wasn't overpowering the way that I thought it was going to be. So I'm just going to give this a 2 out of 3 for the action. For the price, I'm going to give this lure a 1 out of 3, because at $5.99 per pack, it's the most expensive lure that we looked at today. $6 for a pack of 7 lures is a little bit expensive, especially from what I remember. They tear up pretty easy. You only get like 2 or 3 fish out of each of them, which is fine. I mean, it makes the, action a little bit better, but, I wish that they came with maybe a few more per pack, or they were offered at a little bit lower price point. For the quantity per pack, I'm going to give this lure a 2 out of 3 as well. This one comes in a 7-pack, just like the Big Bite Baits Battle Bug. So because of that, I'm just going to give it a 2 out of 3, since that's just about the average number that you would get in a pack of soft plastics. And then for the other category, I'm going to give it a 1 for scent, because they're definitely scented. I don't know what it is. It's like anise and crawfish or something. I don't really know what they scent it with, but it's a very distinct scent. I'm going to give this lure also a 1 for salt, because it is salt impregnated. There's definitely salt in these lures. And then a 1 for quality plastic as well, because even though it is a bit soft, I do think it's made out of quality plastic. So that's going to bring the other category to a 3 out of 3, and the Guggen Baits Bandito Bug to a total of 11 out of the possible 15 points. Alright y'all, that's going to do it. I hope y'all enjoyed. Again, if you did, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button, as well as that like button. It lets me know that you all enjoy the videos, and that you want to see some more stuff like this. Like I said in the beginning, this is going to be the last Soft Plastic Showdown for this year. I just wanted to show off a whole bunch of baits to see which ones looked good and which ones didn't. And I hope it helped y'all make me think of some of these lures a little bit differently, and maybe come up with 1 or 2 that you might want to try yourself. If y'all enjoyed this series, let me know down in the comments, and I'll think about maybe bringing it back next year. They weren't the most fun videos at all for me to film and, do, but I thought they were informational and helpful, and if y'all thought they were, then I'm more than happy to do them again. So let me know down in the comments. Going forward from this point on, it should be pretty much exclusively fishing content. The season's starting to pick up a little bit. It's starting to get better fishing, and I'm starting to be able to put out some more content. So look forward to more fishing content if that's what you're here for. And until the next one, y'all, tight lines and keep it real. I'm out. Peace.